What if the woman who glittered her way from Detroit projects to global superstardom has been carrying a secret so delicate it could shatter even her diamond-bright legend? That single idea lights the fuse on Diana Ross's story, a tale packed with triumphs, heartbreak, and whispered truths, especially about the boy she once cradled under her wing, Michael Jackson. Slide in, friend. This ride spans 6 decades, a few broken hearts, and one mystery that still hums between the lines of Motown history. A voice loud enough to outsing the projects. Picture Diane Ernestine Earl Ross as a teenager, books under one arm, ambition under the other. Her family lived in the Brewster Douglas Towers, long corridors smelling of soup and radiator heat. Yet the basement echoed with a clarity that startled her neighbors. That voice. When she, Florence Ballard, and Mary Wilson auditioned at Berry Gordy's fledgling Motown Records in 1960, Gordy heard more than tight harmonies. He heard a clear focal point. By 1963, Where Did Our Love Go was #1, and America met the Supremes' featherlight soprano who could float above every horn stab. Stardom, however, rarely arrives without friction. Matching gowns, growing fault lines. On stage, the Supremes sparkled in identical sequins, but backstage, jealousy simmered. Gordy soon rebranded them Diana Ross and the Supremes, pushing Ballard, the group's founding force, out of the spotlight. Feeling betrayed, Ballard sued Motown for $8.7 million in 1971, alleging Ross and Gordy conspired to erase her. A judge sided with the label. Ballard's downward spiral ended tragically 5 years later. Yet ambition was only Act 1. Love, power, and a paternity plot twist. The Motown hallways pulsed with bass lines and romance. By 1965, Ross and Gordy were trading far more than studio notes. Late 1970, Ross was 2 months pregnant. Gossip already heard baby footsteps, but Ross dashed expectations by marrying music executive Robert Ellis Silverstein, who knew Gordy, not he, was the real father. For 13 quiet years, Rhonda called Gordy Uncle BB, until Ross finally revealed the truth in a heart-pounding family talk. That twist bruised public trust in Motown's golden girl, yet she marched on with a dazzling smile. The smoky confession that shook 2023. Just when veteran fans thought every secret was aired, Smokey Robinson lit up headlines. In a 2023 interview, the 84-year-old soul poet admitted a year-long affair with Ross during the label's early days, while he was still married. He called her "my babe," praised her loyalty, and shrugged off tabloid jaws hitting the floor. Ross? Master of mystique. She said nothing, letting speculations swirl. But that revelation opened a bigger door, straight to Michael. The day she met little Michael. In 1969, Gordy walked 9-year-old Michael Jackson into Ross's living room. She saw raw genius wrapped in nerves, a reflection of her own early hunger. Over jam-packed rehearsals and late-night chats, she became mentor, big sister, almost mother. Her imprint was so deep that Jackson named Ross secondary guardian of his children in his 2002 will. Astonishing proof of trust revealed only after his death. Private phone calls and an untold pain. Ross has finally let pieces of their bond slip. In an emotional 2025 sit-down, she recalled 3 a.m. phone calls, Michael's voice breaking, asking if he was lovable without the glitter glove. She admitted she sometimes heard the same fear in herself, 2 perfectionists comparing scars. Ross never confirmed rumors he once proposed marriage. She insists their bond was maternal, but the world still wonders if affection blurred into deeper feelings. No matter the labels, she says, he was beautiful, just burdened, a line that rehumanizes the most dissected pop star on earth. Whispers, guardians, and the truth she won't tell. Why did Ross wait so long to speak? Friends claim she protected memories too sacred for tabloids. Conversations about nose surgeries, insomnia, and prescription risks. Others insiders suggest she privately urged him to slow down, to fire enablers. Others recall her rage when the media mocked his changing appearance. The truth Ross finally shares is emotional, not forensic. Michael was a kid desperate for unconditional love, and she tried, sometimes failed, to shield him. Whether she knows more about his final years is the question fans still debate. She answers with careful silence, keeping one final curtain over their story. Hollywood lights and an Oscar nod. While nurturing Michael, Ross reinvented herself on screen. Lady Sings the Blues, 1972, earned her an Academy Award nomination, still rare for a pop singer. Mahogany and The Wiz followed, the latter reuniting her with Michael as Dorothy to his Scarecrow. The film cemented her as a crossover force. Every wig change, every slow-motion teardrop insisted black women could dominate big-screen fantasies. Love on the Rocks and A Mountain Tragedy. After her divorce from Silverstein, Ross found alpine calm with Norwegian mogul Arne Næss Jr. Their 1986 marriage blended families and birthed sons Ross Arne and Evan. But tabloids buzzed in the 1990s that Næss fathered a child abroad, neither confirmed. They divorced in 2000, yet stayed close. Tragedy followed in 2004 when Næss fell to his death climbing near Cape Town, a blow Ross rarely discusses, but still wears in her eyes.
Grief didn't end the rumors. Some fans whispered of a Ross curse, but she kept moving. A mugshot in mascara. New Year's weekend 2002 served another headline. Tucson police caught Ross driving the wrong way. Her blood alcohol level hit .20, extreme DUI. She spent 48 hours in a Connecticut jail, stepping out with lipstick intact, waving like royalty, turning shame into spectacle. Critics predicted downfall. She countered with poise. Still, whispers questioned if her voice could survive another decade. Answering doubt with melody. Ross's reply came in 2021 with Thank You, a shimmering love letter to fans. Reviews split. Some praised its warmth, others poked at auto-tune, but nearly all agreed the album pulsed with gratitude. Pitchfork noted its nostalgia and gentle farewell vibe. When skeptics cried studio magic, Ross dropped backing tracks mid-show in Vegas, belting a cappella until the final cymbal crash. Doubt silenced. The 18-foot family tree. If any moment proved she still owns red carpets, it was the 2025 Met Gala. Theme, Black Dandyism. Ross glided in one white gown whose 18-foot train shimmered with embroidered names of every child and grandchild. Cameras froze. 6 attendants wrangled silk like royal pages. Fashion editors crowned her best dressed. Younger stars whispered, goals. The night doubled as a statement. Behind the diva mythology stands a matriarch who measures success in family names. Still collecting stages and hearts. Weeks before the Met Gala, she'd already conquered both the Grammys in Los Angeles and the Brits in London, presenting awards to artists young enough to stream her discography without owning a CD. She even teased Olivia Rodrigo about crashing her after-party, proving generation gaps vanish when you can still glide into a high C. A rumored battle of legends. Fans now buzz about a possible versus face-off between Ross and Gladys Knight. No confirmation, only winks, and playlists built in anticipation. The mere rumor reveals her relevance. Even in her 80s, Ross's catalog still fuels internet debates about whose hits will break streaming records in a single night. Health whispers and diva discipline. Every icon attracts wellness rumors. One blog claimed Ross needs oxygen tanks backstage. Her team countered with rehearsal footage of her jogging up arena steps. She limits dairy, swears by B12 shots, and prefers citrus water over champagne these days. Heels? Smaller now, she jokes. I'm saving my high notes. Then promptly nails one that rattles balcony seats. Dollars, deals, and an unwritten biopic. Analysts peg her catalog and touring brand north of $250 million. Hollywood wants a biopic. Tracee Ellis Ross rumored to direct, Beyoncé lobbying for a cameo. Nothing signed, but energy crackles. Once cameras roll, the script will need to tackle tender territory. Ballard's downfall, Smokey's confession, Michael's midnight tears. Will Ross approve final cuts? Count on another headline-snatching negotiation. The quiet philanthropist. Away from flashbulbs, she funds music education programs in Detroit and Los Angeles, visits women's shelters, and quietly covers tuition for select HBCU students. Ross rarely publicizes these gifts. Longtime pal Oprah Winfrey once said, "Diana writes checks in silence. She saves the applause for the stage." And the Michael Jackson chapter, one page still missing. And so we loop back to the mystery that won't rest. What else does Ross know about Jackson's final years? She's divulged the loneliness, the late calls, the constant asking for love. She's admitted urging him to stay healthy, to let his skin breathe free of cosmetics for one weekend. But she stops short of detailing medical treatments or alleging foul play. Some see protection, others see avoidance. The truth is likely complex, part loyalty, part pain too raw for public ears. When pressed, she offers a gentle, "That was Michael's journey. Mine was to love him." Secrets that still sing. Maybe that's Ross's greatest magic trick, revealing just enough to keep us leaning forward. For 60 years, she's strutted through lawsuits, affairs, a cliff-edge tragedy, and mugshot memes. Yet each time she pivots into spotlight, chin up, sparkle intact. She opens the curtain just wide enough to glimpse the emotion, then closes it before we can see the entire backstage. A final note and an invitation. So what lingers after 60 years? 25 studio albums, 2 marriages, 5 kids, plus a truth about Michael Jackson that still dances out of reach? Perhaps this: Ross mastered the art of living big, yet speaking softly. She's taught us that behind every legend hums an ordinary heartbeat. One day a lost cassette, a diary entry, or a final interview might surface and tilt the story again. Until then, the woman who once turned a Detroit hallway into a rehearsal studio keeps humming on her own frequency, inviting us to listen, ears wide, hearts wider. Because Diana Ross's greatest hit might be the mystery she never completely sings. And that, my friend, is why we're still talking about her tonight.